So I'm excited to talk to you. I've been a big fan of your work for a long time.
Thank you.
Now this is your 11th feature film, is that right?
I think so. I don't count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you look for, or what in particular got you excited about Blackhat?
You know, if I could, what I look for, I'm excited about Blackhat.
Yeah.
When I got interested in it, two things. One was the attraction of doing something in Asia. They actually, these answers are, it's never logical.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the appetite to do something in Asia was appealing to me early on. And then at the same time, I started reading about Stuxnet, which is malware that was probably written by Americans and Israelis that kind of took over, that hijacked the Iranian centrifuges in the Natanz, and what it did and how it did it was like a drama. It was like a story. You know, the way it took it over, and first of all, the people looking at the monitors are saying, "Oh, everything's fine." You know, meanwhile, it's spinning these things erratically, and so it was the world's first stealth drone. It hit, and you didn't know it hit about 18 months later.
Wow.
And I thought, this is wow. You know, if you had people instead of ones and zeros, this is a story.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's kind of where that kind of sparked the interest. And then when I got into it, I was always fascinated with. I became really fascinated. We went to Washington a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago, and began this. And began talking to people and realized the extent of the porosity, vulnerabilities, the amount of intrusions that have been going on. It's just
scary.
Widespread. And we came back to LA and nobody knew what we were talking about.
Yeah, it's scary. I want to change all my passwords after seeing this film. Maybe just stay off the internet forever.
Yeah, it's kind of the return of analog. I asked people 3 years ago in Washington, because we had a lot of consultants in law enforcement, and I said, we're going to these countries to do location scouting. Should we be taking our computers with stuff, laptops with stuff on it? And I said, none of us ever go there with anything other than a fresh laptop with nothing on it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so terrifying. Now, you've worked with great actors before, of course, Pacino, De Niro. Do you see the same level of commitment in Chris Hemsworth? Because he seems like he's a really hard worker.
He's a hard worker. I mean, he is, he's indefatigable. He's a hard worker, but the thing that got me about Chris was that he felt to me like my character. My character was, a guy, working class guy from the south side of Chicago. His father was a steel worker. And I grew up in that same neighborhoods. I know that person, very bright, very direct, centered, self-confident. And, meeting with Chris and his family in Costa Rica for a couple of days, I was sitting across from this guy and had that same rough-hewn kind of thing. And his commitment to immerse himself in the real kind of immersive research I do, where we were, going to work with a guy named Raymond Culp at U.S. Steel in a blast furnaces at 5 in the morning, and they really get that Gary, Indiana thing, and going in a Statesville prison and speaking to, a lot of convicts in Statesville and getting that part of his background. So Chris he's down for the cause, and we spent 2.5 months doing that, and Chris writing code and, being tutored by Chris McKinley and Mike Panico, who are also here. You probably will meet them in rotation. Yeah.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.